But isn't the point of art less what people put into it and more what people get out of it?
Is that the point of art?
Most people don't spend a lot of time thinking about poetry, right? They have a life to live, and they're not really that concerned with Allen Ginsberg's poems or anybody's poems until their father dies. They go to a funeral, you lose a child. Somebody breaks your heart, they don't love you anymore. And all of a sudden, you're desperate for making sense out of this life. And has anybody ever felt this bad before? How did they come out of this cloud? Or the inverse, something great. You meet somebody and your heart explodes. You love them so much you can't even see straight. You know, you're dizzy. Did anybody feel like this before? What is happening to me? And that's when art's not a luxury, it's actually sustenance. We need it.
Some people like to believe that there is a purpose for suffering, that we are here for a reason, and all this pain will end one day. We just have to keep pushing through. We just have to never give up until we see something. We think we are at the center of the universe, that the world has been made for us, and that there is a will that is deciding what should happen to whom. But what if there is no will? What if our pains and suffering are never meant to be rewarded? What if they are just pain? Just like joy, they just exist, and there is not supposed to be a balance between how much you experience each one. Some may have more joy in their life, and some may only get a fraction of it. It's not fair, I know, but it's never meant to be in the first place. All of this may sound depressing, but there is only one thing in this bleak reality that can comfort you at any time, and that is art. It's pretty common that art and everything associated with it has always been known as a luxury, something out of touch with normal people and hard for them to understand, to the point that when someone talks too much about art, people call them pretentious. Like it's not for ordinary people, not for people who've been scarred by this war. These wounded souls are desperately trying to survive in this endless, joyless darkness, just for another day to provide for themselves and their loved ones. They couldn't care less about art. They don't want something that can't turn a profit for them. They don't want something that challenges their beliefs, their realities, and understandings of this world. They're already tired, beaten, and done with all of this nonsense. They want to be left alone and leave art for these rich, pretentious, intelligent, elite a-holes with their fancy words and fancy dresses who can only have fun in boring museums. There are many misconceptions about art, or should I say, lies. These lies kept us from the most important creation of humanity. The only thing that is born from art and can touch it is art. You don't need to be fancy or high class to appreciate it. Nobody can say you're not smart enough to understand them. All you need is a broken heart. That's all it takes for you to feel every single emotion. That's enough to watch any movie, listen to any song, read any book or poem, or look at any painting and shed a tear, or even smile. Because you can feel the connection between you and the artist. Like there is a silent conversation that touched your heart. This connection transcends any amount of wealth, intelligence, or social hierarchy. We all carry pains that may never fade away. They could be related to money, loss of a loved one, or something else that diminishes our will to live. The harsh reality is that nobody cares. The world keeps spinning, indifferent to our struggles. However, throughout history, there have been individuals whom we call artists. They may not have created their art necessarily in the first place to alleviate the pain of others, but in one way or another, it can serve as a refuge for us. We can use art to heal our wounds, find solace, and draw inspiration. Sometimes we even gain new perspectives and ways of thinking from them. Art has the power to help us evolve and make this world more bearable. I want to walk on a journey to understand these pieces of art better, to find out what they have to tell us and how we can enjoy our little time in life, even with all this darkness and sadness surrounding us. So if you want to explore this path with me, then welcome, travelers, to the Midnight Mission. I am Mr. Pryor, And here, every video is a mission to understand the purpose and meaning of that piece of media, whether it's a movie, comic, novel, TV show, animation, music, or video game. Next time, we delve into the twisted world of Alan Wake. Until then, I see you on the next mission.